possible the baby was stowed under towels or sweaters. She checked the crib and the cradle 6 or 7 times more, and then decided maybe she'd actually taken Callie to the store, not left her in the house, and so she went out the door, coatless though it was an unseasonably chilly day, and started off for the Grover Market, where she'd been 30 minutes earlier. She kept her eyes down toward the sidewalk as she went, looking to the left and right, the way people do when they've lost a coin or a ring. And then, once she was in the store, she went up and down the aisles, though she actually remembered what had happened perfectly well. She remembered looking in on Callie in her crib, deciding not to wake her for just a quick run to the market, and leaving her, at home, in the crib. All the witnesses said that she was hysterical by the time she reached the Grove. A kind of moaning and groaning mixed in with the crying, one of them said. Tony, the manager at Grove Market, said he watched through the front window when she went back out, and that she looked scared to the core. He said it brought a lump to his throat, seeing somebody so upset. She ran the 2 blocks back, and the police officers, who were just pulling up in front of her residence, said she tore right past their squad car and up the stairs toward her entryway. She said she didn't see them, that she was thinking about checking the crib again, thinking she'd see the baby there, and that she'd still be wearing that white suit with the pink bunnies on it that she'd bought just the day before at Wee Baby, and she remembered crossing her fingers at that point, hoping and concentrating, too, as hard as she could, on how Callie looked in that suit, because it seemed so important, like that was what was needed to get her to be back there. The senior officer, Reynolds, said he rang the bell, even though the door was wide open, but that there was no response, so he went on in. There was a tea kettle whistling full blast. His partner, Bella Rosa, made his way back toward the kitchen, turned off the burner, and put the kettle in the center of the stove. Later, she said she thought she had put up a full pot of water just before she went in to check on the baby. From the look of the place, Reynolds assumed it had been ransacked, and that more than just the baby had been taken, which might have meant the baby was an afterthought, usually a really bad sign in terms of even getting them back alive. But then he saw Sylvie pulling things out of a bedroom closet, so he knew he was probably on the wrong track on that one. He had to secure the place before she completely wrecked everything, so he quickly asked her please to refrain from destroying evidence, but there was no stopping her with words. She was worked up to such a high pitch, to hear her, it was like the tea kettle had never been shut off. He and Bella knelt down on either side of her, and each took hold of an arm. At first she fought them, tried to pull her arms away, but that was when Reynolds said he tightened his grip, and probably Bella did too. It's one of those instinct things. She had hold of this yellow blanket, an old-fashioned handmade one, and when she went limp, which she did, soon as they both had a good grip on her, and let herself be steered over to the bed, she held the blanket against her chest in what Reynolds called a fierce way. They were able to get her to sit down, but not to quiet down. By that time she had started screaming, "He'll kill me!" Just that, over and over. Reynolds tried explaining to her that he needed to know who else might legitimately have the baby. A couple of times a year it turned out that babysitters had taken their charges down to the mall or over to visit their sisters, not intending any harm by it. But that was when she pulled the blanket up to her face and just bawled into it. No more words. He tried to take her hand, make her feel like he understood how bad it was, but she pulled away the second he touched it. Just before that, he'd noticed the dark, wet patches spreading across her shirt front. It made him think of this dog, Jinx, he had when he was a kid, that had a litter of just 2 babies, stillborn. They took the pups away, of course, buried them, but then Jinx curled up with a little teddy bear that used to sit on his sister's bed, and she licked it all over, shined up the brown fur so it looked a lot like a newborn pup. It had been pathetic to watch because it was so wrong, so totally screwed up. He'd had to turn away, he said, from that dog, and from this girl. She looked so young, not old enough to be a mother. No, he couldn't watch this girl either. He looked over at Bella.